Mariota. Ball is out. Mariota gets on top of it as he was the one to finally find it, and a forced fumble by the rookie Josh Allen.
Mariota is pretty casual.
This defensive line wreaking havoc with this offensive line of the Titans. Mariota down again.
Beautiful day here in Charlotte. Allen pump fakes in trouble, and he goes down. Josh Allen with his third sack of the year.
Bridgewater stepping up. Wanted to launch a long one, couldn't get it off, and he's brought down. Josh Allen.
Bernard is in, 3rd down and 10, looking into the nickel. Here they come, and down he goes. Josh Allen, he's got another sack. He's playing well.
He's just going to beat Hart right around the edge. This is a good-looking rush. He's stronger than I think he gets credit for, and extremely
And Josh Allen, the rookie, on Edoga.
Allen, top of your picture. Darnold feels the pressure. Here comes Allen from the back. Football is loose, and it is out of bounds.
And so until they figure that part out, then they're not going to be able to do anything.
Darnold again is set.
Ngakwe coming. Brissett in trouble. And Brissett goes down, and it's Josh Allen.
You think of speed, but it's speed to power. You saw that up the field move and then dipping underneath Braden Smith. So that quickness got him on that last play. But
Winston stepping up and still on his feet and going down. And it's Josh Allen and a big sack back to.
Chart is in 3rd and 13. They get 3rd and 18. They need the 30. Down again he goes. That time put down by Josh Allen and Calais Campbell. Big time rush.
Second straight year, so they've got some great young talent up front.
Brissett from the end zone. Bryant had him dead to rights. Well, give Brissett credit for squirting out of the end zone, avoiding the safety. But Josh Allen and Taven Bryan were there for Jacksonville.
From the 23, play action from Fitzpatrick. And down he goes. That'll be the first of the year for Josh Allen.
Gaping hole at that position throughout the year.
First down off the play fake. Burrow rolls to his right. He can run. He's got a tucks, and he goes down.
It's just smart. You don't need to throw. There's good coverage downfield. Don't risk it.
Try to attack.
Duke Johnson so good as a pass catcher, dual threat. Pocket collapses. Watson is buried. Again.
Play fake. Taylor running out of time. Being chased and caught from behind. That is Josh Allen.
In lockstep, no doubt, for the first 5 quarters of the season. Fake handoff from Bridgewater. He's under pressure, and he's going down. Josh Allen. Disastrous play for the Broncos.
Urban Meyer said the only guy who played up to his potential last week, they lose sight of him. They let him into the backfield. If there's one guy on this Jacksonville defense that you can't allow him to impact the game, it's Josh Allen. All of your attention should be on Josh Allen as an offensive line. Make somebody else beat you.
Mechanically helped him out this week with that. On 2nd down and 10. He steps to his left. He's under pressure. And he's taken down. He might have gained a yard. Josh Allen was there.
2nd and goal. Smith to throw. Under pressure. Trying to spin away and can't. And he goes down at the 18-yard line. Smith trying to get away and cannot. And Josh Allen once again, who has probably been Jacksonville's best player on defense today.
Range for Tyler Bass. Allen hit from behind, and there it is, a sack for Josh Allen against Josh Allen.
Wentz under pressure and goes down.
You see the Colts in this kind of a hole, 7 points in the 2nd quarter.
Wentz to throw. Under pressure. Escapes. And still on the move, and now he's been whistled down.
Never wear gloves, doesn't matter what situation it is. 2nd down and 8 from the gun. Pressure coming from behind. He lost the football. It squirts around. It's still on the field. and it was picked up by the Colts.
Once you're in the Hall of Fame, you're in that exclusive fraternity part of it.
On 3rd down and 6, Matt Ryan under pressure. Josh Allen throws him down. He has 2 already today.
And when we talked to him yesterday or 2 days ago, he said, look, I got to take my game to another level. Not that he...
Hurst getting right to business. Boy, loses his footing. May have gotten his feet tangled up.
Here comes Wingard on a blitz. They pick it up. Tannehill, though, is taken down. Finally, Josh Allen.
It's a pretty complicated run game to defend.
2nd and 2. Prescott in trouble, and he's taken down for the sack. Jags have their second. We get into it. 2nd and 8. Mills, and that one flutters. It's a loose ball. Still loose. Tyson Campbell, touchdown!
Ball's out. And recovered by Tennessee and Dobbs. It was...
Colts must get to the 35 for a first down. Richardson tackled from behind, down at the 25-yard line. Josh Allen chased him down, so the Colts...
He's coming from the top, and he's going to go all the way around. They had 2 guys going there and chipping on him, but as you see, Anthony Richardson, the good thing I liked about him, he starts to protect.
Mark Sanchez, our Fox colleague. Play fake on first down. Richardson chased by Allen. Richardson will cross the line of scrimmage, and he's growing up. Trevor telling us that yesterday. Richardson knocked out of bounds.
Ritter from the pocket cannot escape. They try to throw for it on 3rd and 1, and Josh Allen, the top sack. A lot of it, and they bring an extra rusher. Ritter on the move, and he'll be swarmed. Hard to know where the blitz is coming.
That now that's capped off. We're unblocked. That ball's got to get out of Desmond Ritter's hands. Right now, it may not equal a first down.
But getting back to Jacksonville, I think, it's taking some...
Ball knocked out of the hands of Ritter. That was Josh Allen who got there, the strip sack for the best pass rusher on this field.
And don't just go for sacks, go for turnovers. Because that, in the end, is what makes the difference.
At the 25, Minshew fakes. To the air, he's sacked. Football is loose. Jacksonville has it. And right on cue, it's Josh Allen.
They go maximum protection because now they want to try to get the ball downfield. And just look, Ryman, he just opens up the gate. What does that mean? He gives Josh Allen a short corner. And Allen's able to bend it in
course of 4 quarters. And now it's Mitch Trubisky who's going to lead this offense the rest of the way. And right now he's being led to the turf. Josh Allen, first man there, having a big season for Jacksonville. Ranked 31st in total offense and 30th in team defense. Trubisky slips, and he's down at the 40. Josh Allen's going to get credit.
In 7 from the 33.
Looks like pressure.
Levis, they pick up the blitzer initially, but then Levis is buried.
Blitz, Cisco coming off the edge, and then Allen is going to wrap up inside, and they just take advantage. We just talked about that left side. Just all the different moving.
3rd down and 6. Pressure's coming. Stroud can't get away. It's Josh Allen. And with that sack, he moves into 2nd place in Jaguars franchise history, passing Unique Ngakoue with his 38th in his career. Stroud looking for the screen. It's not there. And there's the sack. 2nd of the day for Josh Allen.
First down conversion.
Stroud, pocket collapsing, and down he goes. Sacked again. Josh Allen and Trayvon Walker.
Browning is wrapped up in the backfield and sacked.
When the ball is not expected to be snapped.
He's blitzed. Browning is dumped. And it's Josh Allen again.
About that gave him some problems last week. Instead, he didn't redirect the line.
the guy that you have to watch out for if you're Bryce Young.
This is his down and distance right here. They pin their ears back and right on cue. Allen.
And they lined him up inside to run a game and set it up, but it's just his penetration. He just keeps going. He's able to split both.
Season here in 2023 on New Year's Eve day. On 3rd and 3, Young goes down again.
The offensive lines did you play with last year? He said 1.
Yeah, a little bit different than he experienced in college at Alabama. Young running for his life. Boy, Josh Allen, who's been all over the place today, able to get him around the ankles.
Big 3rd and 11 right here. Tannehill the fake. Over the block. He gets away and then he's brought down. Josh Allen gets him right there. Sack number 17.
Is in at running back to the left of the formation. Watson's pressured. Bookends collapse and he's brought down. Josh Hines-Allen, his first sack of 2024.
Call it crush the pocket for Deshaun Watson. That means on the outside you have, whether it's Hines-Allen and Walker, they're crushing in on him. Those guys in the middle, pushing the pocket.
Support, and Goodson is able to split it.
And then Flacco is buried. Hines-Allen, second sack of the year.
This is Hines-Allen with the sack, but it's really made from Walker on the opposite side. Walker's able to bull rush Braden Smith back into Flacco, and then that's what allows Hines-Allen to come underneath.
Williams gets taken down by Hines-Allen.
Just a little longer. Keenan Allen working to the right-hand side. You're going to see him come wide open.
3rd down and 7. Willis under pressure. Taken down.
Second down and 7. Hurts chased by Hines-Allen, and Josh Hines-Allen's able to trip him up. 4th sack of the year for Hines-Allen.
Hurts, pressure coming, and Hines-Allen buries him. 2nd sack today for Josh Hines-Allen, and a loss of 7. Jaguars call timeout.
The Eagles keep in Calcaterra to chip.